Okay, now let us start with this important topic. As you are studying MBA and your aim is to get a job in a good corporate. Now, how would you proceed in that case? First, let us start with Ria. Say Ria, you have passed MBA with say some XYZ specialization. Now, on your own, how would you proceed to get a job? Please explain. Ria, are you there? Please explain. Is the question clear to you?
No, sir. Can you please repeat it once?
Suppose you have passed your MBA, okay, with some specialization, say either marketing or finance, and you are trying for a job, and basically you are trying on your own. So how would you proceed to get a interview in a corporate? Basically, my question is how to get a interview in a corporate. How would you proceed? That procedure you please explain.
So I think firstly I have to apply that particular company for this job. Then I should write a mail or a letter to them, or I should send my CV to them. If get selected for my CV, then I can able to give the interview.
Okay, this is one viewpoint. I will ask another viewpoint. Let us start with say Shairi. Shairi, your takeaway on this thing. How would you proceed? Is the question clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please proceed.
Uh, Sir, after passing MBA, I try to find which job is suitable for my profile. Then I applied the company by the mail or official letter and attach with my CV. And if the company heads are selected me, then I will and selected me, then they will be give a date for interview, and I will go for the interview.
Okay, now let me brief you up. Anyone try to say clarify this question? Anyone? If there is any other viewpoint, please come forward. Because see, MBA means discussion. MBA means communication. MBA means discussion. Knowledge is required, but basically MBA means English communication. How you persuade the interviewer, how you influence the people, the client. That is MBA. It's a degree, it's a passport. That is okay. But if you say if your communication skill is poor and if you fail to persuade others, it won't help you. Okay. Any other viewpoint? And MBA means discussion. MBA means
Yes,
discussion.
sir.
Yes.
Can I say?
Yes, please. Coel.
When we will submit the cover letter with the CV, we will mention a little bit summary about ourselves to give a little bit knowledge about ourselves to the recruiter.
Okay. Now let
We
me.
can.
Yes, yes, yes. You want to carry on? Please carry on.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay. Now let me explain the real scenario. There are, you can write it down also. There are two type of application: solicited and unsolicited. Please write it down: solicited and unsolicited. Now what is solicited application? Well, you tell me. Well, any idea regarding solicited application?
No, sir.
Ria, any idea?
No, sir.
Shairi?
No, sir.
Okay. Basically, solicited application means company is asking for the CV. Company is asking for the CV for the job. Means company, there is a vacancy in the company and company is looking for candidates. So company has advertised for the position. Previously, the company used to advertise in newspaper, but the situation has changed. Now they advertise in the career option on their website, also on LinkedIn profile. Basically, if you want to have a say footfall or say toehold in big company, so you need to search the website of various company, and in that company you can find that there is a, what can I say, there is a tab called career option. In career option they give all their job posting. That is one thing. Another thing is that LinkedIn profile. You need to create a LinkedIn profile, and you need to follow as many company as you can. I am not asking about, I am not asking you to connect with the HR manager, but I am asking you to follow the company. Okay, one day, say after, say in the month of January, I will show you, I will give you a live demonstration how to say use the LinkedIn and how to connect with say various companies. Because see, my teaching is very much pragmatic. I do not follow bookish knowledge, and my aim is to make you employable. So basically these job vacancies are there. Previously it was in newspaper. Nowadays also they sometimes give in newspaper, but mainly it is in their website and also in LinkedIn page. So whenever they are asking for people, that is called solicited application. Is it clear to you? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then come unsolicited application. Now say, Shayuri, you passed MBA with finance specialization. Now you want to join Capgemini, but there is no vacancy. So what you will do? You will try to find out the either the email of HR manager of Capgemini, or you could say there is a general mail of Capgemini. You send an application. That is called unsolicited application, or other term of this is called forced application. Company is not asking for the say CV, but you are applying on your own. And I can say from my experience of nearly 2.5 decade that unsolicited application is very powerful. Many students, many people got job due through this unsolicited application. Is it clear to you? Unsolicited application?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will share the screen and I will show you how to write the covering letter. Now is the screen visible to you? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now before discussing the main point, let me discuss how to proceed to write a covering letter. Because many incumbent, many students do the mistake. They say, please find the enclosed. In the email, they write, please find the enclosed to the HR manager. This is a very bad practice, very bad, what can I say, management practice. Let's see, you are writing to an HR manager and writing, please find the enclosed. Never write this thing. So every resume to be followed by a covering letter. Now, covering letter should comprises of three parts. That is introduction, then body of the letter, and then conclusion. Now in introduction, what you want to write? Basically, always do your homework. Before writing to a company, always do your homework. What type of homework? Study the website of the company, study the annual report. Do you have any idea regarding annual report? Tell me. Annual report of a company? Anyone please tell me. Do you have any idea regarding what is the annual report? As I am saying that annual report. What is the say meaning of
Sir,
yes?
Sir, maybe from the previous year and the present year, between the tally, that's how many people are joined or how many people are left, how much the turnover from the previous year. That's all.
Partially right. Just a minute. Annual report gives you, what can I say, in gist about the company. In gist about the company. I will show you, because annual report is in your syllabus and how to study annual report is also within your syllabus. So in the next month I will show you how to study annual report. Now to understand this, basically annual report, first part they discuss about the management, who are in the key position and their qualification, their experience. First, promoter will be there. Promoter means the founder of the company. Then the person who are attached, say who are in the key managerial position. Then comes the business model. Every company follows some business model. That business model should be there. Any idea regarding business model? Because I am using the definition business model. Any idea regarding this? Say Maruti. Okay. Maruti's business model. It means business model means the product line. In marketing terminology, it is called product line. So, his business model is manufacturing car. Or in case of Jio, Reliance Jio, its business model is telecommunication service. And also in company, you will come across a term called vertical head. Have you heard the term vertical head? What it means? Vertical head. Any idea regarding this?
No, sir.
Every company has some product line. Say Maruti has only one product line, that is car. So the head of this division will be called vertical head. Also say in case of Hindustan Unilever, it has product like say shampoo, say soap. So various product lines are there and the individual head would be called vertical head. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let us start with this covering letter. First, if you know that person or you have a telephonic conversation with that person, you can write the term dear, say Mr. X. You can write that thing. But if the person is not known to you, say in case of unsolicited application, simply write sir. Now here comes the introduction. Now in introduction, first you need to specify your key capability and how it matches with the job. Say if the job requires excellent communication skill, that you need to be mentioned in the introduction, because first impression is the last impression. Because the management people do not have the time to go through your entire letter. They give a cursory look to the letter, and if they find it interesting, only they go through the entire letter. So first you need to specify your qualification and how it matches with the company. Say you can say first, I have come to know from a reliable source that there is a situation vacant in your esteemed company. You have to start with this. You can use your own language, but I am giving just an example. You can say, start with, I have come to know from a reliable source that there is a situation vacant in your esteemed company. Then you can say, as the position require these skills. So you have to mention the position, like say communication, or it can be say interpersonal relation, or you can say going along with the people. So basically you need this the skill that company require. You have to mention those skills, and then you need to write. Then you need to write your own version. I am an assiduous, industrious, and energetic people. I can handle difficult tasks and a born go getter. I can easily get along with people. So basically, actually I have elaborated this thing. Introduction, it should be short. Basically, company's requirement and how you match with that requirement. That will be the introduction. Up to this, any question? If you have any question, feel free to ask me.
So what's the meaning of accident?
Assiduous, just a minute. Assiduous means very assiduous means very hardworking, very diligent. Assiduous, Assiduous.
Okay, sir.
Any other question? Any other question? Okay, so we'll come with the body of the letter. Now, here you need to Here you need to answer why the company will hire you. Okay, basically you need to match the skill you possess with the skill required by the company, and you need to substantiate why the company will hire you. What special quality you have than other people, how you are, what can I say, ahead of other people. That you need to substantiate. Okay, let us start with Ria. Ria, you tell me this point. How you will substantiate that why the company will hire you.
So
Ria,
in this in
yes,
this in this part, I have to write my sorry, sir.
yes.
I have to write my education qualification from where I'm passing out, and if I have any experience.
Okay, carry on, please. Okay, okay, please carry on.
Sorry, sir.
A- Any other point you want to specify?
So if I have any experience in my previous job experience, if I my previous job experience, then I have to explain it there.
Okay, this is your viewpoint. Now, Koel, you tell me about your viewpoint. Koel, you tell me about your viewpoint.
Yes, sir, same like Ria, and we can add some extra, our extracurricular activities with that, which is relatable to the job role.
You substantiate this thing. Substantiate this thing because you are saying extracurricular activity. How this extracurricular activity will help you to get the job.
I mean, any other interest which is related to the job role.
Loveline, are you there? Could you just specify regarding this how you just advocate yourself, how you can what can I say advertise yourself to get a job? Loveline, Loveline, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, I'm sorry I got distracted.
No, could you my question is that suppose as I have explained in this part that how you can serve the company or why the company will hire you. What will be your answer to this question? Got it?
So I will advertise my knowledge. The more knowledge I forward the company is hiring me. So that will be that is the reason why company is hiring me. So I'll advertise my knowledge.
Okay, got it. Shairi, any other viewpoint? Shairi?
Sir, firstly, I will explain this part. What is my job experience, and what I have to do in the previous company, and now by through this my job experience, how can I help the for the further future, and additional.
Okay, got it.
No, sir, that's all.
Okay, lastly, I like to ask from Koel. Koel, your takeaway on this. Koel? Yes, Koel. Koel, are we connected? Eh,
So
yes. Okay, let me explain the thing. The thing is that why the company.
sir, can I explain?
Yes, please try.
Sir,
Yes, yes. Ankita, carry on.
Sir, I possess all the kind of skill and experience that company looking for, and I I am trying to best candidate for the job role, and uh, and also trying to uh, sir, that's enough.
Okay. Now, here you need to advertise your skill. You need to flaunt. The correct word is called flaunt your skill. Now, I expect all of you are freshers. So, how to flaunt your skill? Suppose the company has asked for organization, excellent communication and organizational skill. Please mind it, excellent organizational and communication skill. In that case, I need to elaborate my experience, say as a group leader or as a what can I say student representative in my class. You need to specify as a student representative what achievement you achieved during that period. That is number one. Then comes your communication skill. This comes under your organizational skill. Then comes your communication skill. Under communication skill comes how you communicate with various people during your college days. Now, in MBA, the most important thing is networking. You agree with me or not? Networking.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
basically,
sir.
yes. So first, whenever I am discussing communication, communication means how you have participated in various debates, how you have won the first prize, or how you participate in inter-college, or say in some on some national platform. That you need to highlight. And apart from that comes your networking skill during your college days. How many webinar you have attended, how many webinar you have attended, how you try to connect with your senior, because seniors are your best guide, because they had gone through the same paper, they had gone through the same course, and how they manage. I am not saying that it would be what to say 100% authentic, but sometimes it helps. Then comes connecting with the industry people. How to connect with the industry people? Like through LinkedIn, you can send invitation to various HR manager and you can connect with those people. Because in your covering letter, if you can mention some reference, so these are the people from the corporate who knows me, it would help you. So basically, the thing to be mentioned would be that the company looks for is, you can write it down also. Number one, time management. Time management. Suppose you are given a job, could it be possible for you to manage the job within the specified time? That is number one. Then comes your organizational skill. Suppose there are various people under you, and every person has a different perception, and there comes ego, conflict. You have learned OB, na? In OB there conflict management, how to solve ego problem. So everything is there. OB means how to deal with the people. OB means how the organization behave in the, for say in this business scenario, or how the HR manager react to the external environment. So how to deal with any type of conflict, how to deal with any type of changes, this thing you need to specify. Then comes teamwork. You should be a, what can I say, team leader, or you can be a good team player. Because if you give priority to your own interest rather than the interest of the team or the organization, company won't support that. You may be a say excellent communicator, excellent performer, excellent go-getter, but you are not a good team player. good team member. You give preference to your own interest rather than the interest of the organization or the interest of your team member. Suppose you can find, say, take an example, just an example, that Koel is struggling with some paper and Ria is very good in that paper and Koel has asked for help. But what can I say? Though Ria is saying that I would help her, but she is not helping. So in that case, what inference we can draw? That she is an excellent player, excellent what kind of performer, but she is not a good team member. So if it is a team and she is the team leader, so the team would fail to achieve the objective of the organization. So, in nutshell, it means that you need to be a team player. You will be always available. Okay. Then comes dealing with challenges and difficulties. You need to keep your cool and you need to face all the challenges that come through your way. You don't know, say at the end of the day, what waits for you, but you need to be proactive. You need to face any challenges. You need to embrace any challenges that comes in your way, and not only you use your talent, your skills to solve the problem, but you take help from other people to solve the problem. There is a term used in management called quality circle. Quality circle, have you heard of that term? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Quality circle means all the people, it is used in Japan, all the people will sit together and they try to solve a problem. This is called quality circle. So basically, unless and until you are a team player, team member, you cannot be accepted in an organization, because this thing happens in organization, because there are excellent performers, but they give preference to their individual interest rather to the team interest or organizational goal. So company prefer people who are a who can get along with the people, who are easily amicable and friendly with all type of person. Next comes dealing with, say, outside party. How you tackle the situation. You need to specify here. Suppose you are given a job in finance sector, and in finance sector, job means approaching the bank to get a loan. So how you convince the manager? See, basically, it's a wrong idea that if you prepare your financial statement straight, you will get a loan. It is not like that. You need to develop a rapport with the bank manager. Need to develop a kind of personal touch with the manager. Only then you can get. Yes, financial statements are unnecessary, but unless and until there is a personal touch, in business communication, it is called meta communication. Means the tone, the pitch, the way you are saying, it does matter. So you need to have, unless and until you possess this skill, you won't be accepted in business organization. Then you can also specify other achievement, like say you are a quick learner. You can also mention that you are a quick learner and you are always curious, because once your curiosity dies, you cannot improve. There is no person in this world who cannot enhance their knowledge further. So there's a chance for every people to learn something. Only the fool says that I know everything, and I don't give importance to any suggestion. Only the fool says. If you are a say knowledgeable person, you will be curious. You will try to listen to what the other people say. Okay. And lastly, the important thing is that you need to be a good listener. You should understand what the subordinates are saying and or what your management is saying. And you need to make a balance between these two. And also, with your authority and power, responsibility comes. You say, I want to do this job by this evening. And what you will do? You do nothing and delegate the entire task to your team member. And if they fail, you what can I say? you say you abase those person, you just reprimand that those person, and you just harass them in front of your topmost boss, and just passing on the buck, just making them the scapegoat. So what in this case would be the scenario? You would portray yourself as a bad manager and a bad leader. Okay, so basically this thing should be noted and this thing should be mentioned in a job application letter, means it should come within the body. Up to this, any question? If you have any question, feel free to ask me.
So লাস্টের দিকের এক্সাম্পলটা আরেকবার রিপিট করবেন?
Yes. Which one could you specify? Could you specify? I couldn't recollect. Which point you want me to repeat? Which point, Kolapi?
স্যার ব্যাড ম্যানেজার যেটা হলো
Manager. Okay. And basically, see, Kolapi, you try to communicate in English, because unless and until we have a sound communication skill, basically here we have come to learn. So try to hone your English knowledge, and every communication in the class will be in English, because you want to get a good job in a corporate. So until and unless your communication skill is good, there will be no taker. Got it? Okay.
ওকে স্যার।
Basically, some manager, they want to pass the buck. They want to hunt for the. They want to do witch hunting. It is called witch hunting or nitpicking, or in English it is called captious person. Means fault finding people. They look for people whom they can pass on the blame. Suppose your general manager has given you an assignment and you don't have any idea. Actually, most of the managers actually who do not do the job themselves, they don't have any idea how to do the job, so basically they depend on the subordinate. So what they do, sometimes these managers support the subordinate. If they fail, they entirely take the blame. But some people, what they do, this crafty person, they know that they are what can I say, they don't have any capacity or they cannot execute the job, but instead they say, I told that person to do the job and he failed. Sir, I am extremely sorry. That person is a worthless. Just fire him and say, make a new recruit. Got it? So kind of passing on the buck, passing on the responsibility.
ওকে স্যার, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
And lastly comes the conclusion. Now, here you need to write that thanking you in anticipation that I would get a chance for an interview in your organization. This will be the conclusion, and also you need to mention for any inquiry.
Writing anything?
Pardon? I
Are you
could.
writing anything in the board?
Do I need to write or I just simply discuss? Tell me.
Sir, write.
Okay.
Is
Okay. Not an issue. Mr. Okay. So basically, I'm just giving an example. You can see other examples also. Basically, what I have written, thanking you in advance for the support that I would receive from your end. I am eagerly looking for a chance to get an interview in your esteemed organization. You can also suggest me if I need to call you if required. For any enquiry, kindly call me at this number. With regards, your faithful. Now, the most important point is that always mention your email and your phone number in the covering letter, because sometimes what happens na, the HR manager doesn't get the chance to go through the entire CV. So the firstly they see the covering letter, and if they fail to get the email ID or telephone number in the covering letter, what happens, they sometimes they forget to call you, or they just what I said, they won't show any interest to your CV. So it is impertinent that your later phone number and email number should be mentioned in the covering letter. So this is all about your covering letter, and in my next class, which will be in the month of January, I will discuss how to write a professional CV. So if you have any question till now regarding this class, regarding this covering letter, feel free to ask me. Any question? Because what I have given is an illustration. You can develop on your own how to make it better, because there is also always a chance for improvement. Any question? Okay, so that's all for today. Have a nice day. Okay, we'll meet in the month of January. Have a great new year. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.